My life sucks for many different reasons. First of all, at this point in time, I cannot verify having earned a single cent from any of the work I've done. Put in a lot of time and effort, 2 years of effort into writing a book, announced it on every single social media that I have, and told everyone that I work with about it. Literally just walking down the street telling random strangers, hey, I wrote a book. And as of right now, the sales, I can't verify if I've ever sold a single one. And it's now available on multiple platforms. Physical books you can buy it at Print Shop Central, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and the ebook. It's supposed to be available on multiple platforms. Like, I've only verified with my own eyes that it's definitely on Amazon. One friend said he saw it on Google, but in some place called Vol, it seems to be a foreign website. I don't know. All I know is it's I've been trying to reclaim the passion that I used to have and force myself to work on the next project. And I already know which one I'm going to work on after that, and keeping the comic book going and potentially expanding the business, but I can't even sell one fucking copy right now. I mean, if we want to be optimistic, I can say, hey, one day if I end up a millionaire, I can look back at this video and be like, see, I started from the literal motherfucking bottom. You know where the bottom is at? I was under that. Actually, no, I wasn't even under that. I was under the thing that's under the bottom. I was like in the Earth's core. And nobody know I existed. Which is why it still pisses me off to see that whole, because it came up again, that whole, I can't even remember which one it is, all these Kardashians, Jenners, blah. Like, I know Kim's name, I still wouldn't recognize her if I saw her face, but whatever the young baby one's name is, she was called a self-made millionaire. And I'm like, well, that's total bullshit. Because I'm going through all this. I spent 30 years working my ass off, and I've made about, if you count all the money I've made at work over the years, and money earned through different scholarships and stuff, and things like that, I have made total in my life maybe $150,000, which can feel like a lot to some people. I mean, if you've never made a dime in your life, that seems like a lot, but when you think about it, 150,000 over 30 years, that's nothing. It's less than nothing. And when you consider how much money I've spent paying artists to draw for me, paying to get these books formatted and out onto platforms, and then I've made nothing from them. Even when life is going well, I have a hard time believing that anything I do is ever worth it. And right now, things are not going well. And suddenly it just starts this whole downward spiral of fuck it, is anything worth it? 2 days ago, I was watching porn and I ended up just crying myself to sleep because, hey, no one's ever gonna love me. I mean, I wish I could get into therapy, but in order to afford that right now, even with discounts, I'd still have to give something up. I mean, if I stopped paying Guy to draw for me, I could save thousands a year, and I could use that in other places, but then I wouldn't have my comic book. And, to some degree, it still feels good just to be able to say, hey, look what I made. A character that I created when I was a child. I was about 7 when I first envisioned the person that would end up becoming toxic. And still, just it feels good to see him come to life, and I can't wait to have it in print and I see it in my hands. I get to flip the pages of a comic book that I wrote. But if I can't make a single fucking cent, if I can't sell a single fucking thing, then I won't be able to keep doing this. It just won't be physically possible. I'll run out of money, pure and simple. I mean, last year I made 22,000. This year, with a month left to go, I'm getting 3 more paychecks, and I've made about 18,000. So, and I don't get $1,000 paychecks. So, I've made less money this year than I did last year. And on top of that, I spent at least twice as much money as I did last year. These past 2 years, just bleeding money nonstop. And it's hard to be hopeful. I mean, thankfully, the one thing I do remember, I'm trying to keep in mind with my therapy that, actually, let's talk about therapy since I'm not going anymore. The one thing that I did gain from it was a new perspective, which also still makes me sad because I think about now. I mean, I think there's a chance I've been misdiagnosed with my whole life. All of these different mental illnesses that I've been told I suffer from. Yet it wasn't until I was 20 that I first said out loud, hey, my parents beat me. And when I think back to my childhood, honestly, there's a small part of me that always knew it was wrong. It always felt wrong. But when I complained about it to my mother, to my uncle, they would say the exact same thing. Like, that's just how she is. That's just the way she is. That's the way she raised us. That's the way she was raised. That's the way she raised both of us. Blah blah blah. And so, like, I knew it with my heart it was wrong, but people that I trusted said that it was perfectly fine. Not to mention, I think in black culture in general, abuse is somewhat more accepted. Just because every black comedian I've ever seen has some sort of joke about one of his parents beating the shit out of him over something stupid. And it's so hilarious. Hey, remember that time I badmouthed my mama and she just beat me till I bled? Yeah, that's perfectly normal, right? Ha 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 ha. It's not. I feel like there are no situations in which a child getting punched in the face is justified. Especially when I think about my times when it happened to me. Because one of the clearest memories I have in my head, when I was a kid, I ran out of clean underwear. And I've gotten in trouble for wearing dirty underwear. So I knew I couldn't go downstairs wearing dirty underwear. The logical choice was not to wear any underwear. I mean, I don't know how to clean my underwear. I can't get to the laundry room without passing the kitchen where breakfast was being eaten. So, if she does an inspection today, she's going to see that I'm not wearing underwear. And she'll beat me. And so, she sees that I'm wearing dirty underwear. So, at the time, I didn't know there was anything wrong with not wearing underwear. So, I didn't wear underwear. Today, she checked. And she punched me in the face. She punched me in the face because I didn't put underwear on. Didn't even ask if I forgot to put underwear on or anything, or what the situation was. She just looked and saw I don't have underwear on, and her immediate response was just, "Pa!" right in the face. sent me upstairs, told me not to come back down without clean underwear on. And being the rule follower that I was, since I didn't have clean underwear, I didn't come back down. Just sat on the bed with my knees curled up to my chest crying. And it wasn't until late in the afternoon that someone finally came to my room to check on me, because I had missed lunch. Because I had missed lunch now, so my mom comes to check on me. And apparently, my grandmother's saying that I'm just being stubborn, but really, I'm sitting here just not scared and not knowing what to do, because I don't have clean underwear in my drawer. There's no clean underwear anywhere in my room. There's none in the dresser. All the ones on the floor are too nasty. I know she'll complain about those. So I was told not to come down without clean underwear on, and so since I didn't have clean underwear, I did what I was told and I didn't leave my room. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't eat lunch. I nearly starved to death. But no, dinner, I don't even remember what we had. I just know there were no leftovers. I ate all of it, even the vegetables. Did I ever talk to you guys about PTSD? Because that's what my latest therapist, it's what she diagnosed me with, and honestly, it fits. And I never knew much about PTSD. I've always kind of thought of it as just like a war disease, because most often when I hear it, it's associated with veterans returning from combat. But turns out, first of all, there are multiple types of PTSD, and many children who lived in abusive households can suffer from it, due to prolonged exposure to just a horrible environment. And apparently that's what I have, because I was beaten so much, because I was treated so poorly by people who were supposed to care about me. Because my mom tried to kill me. Because the person who gave birth to me, who everyone on the planet keeps saying, oh, no one loves you like a mother can. Every fucking TV show on the planet is fucking saying, there's no one on the earth who will ever care as much about you as your own mother. And then that's the person who tried to take my life, who held me against the wall and fucking choked me. It's no wonder I have trouble getting close to people. And going through therapy, honestly, I've noticed a distinct change in my basic personality, honestly. I'm slightly more energetic. There would be times in the past, as much as 1 year ago, where 8-10 hours sleep at night, and it still takes me 2 hours to get out of bed in the morning. Nowadays, there are times when I only get 3 hours of sleep, but I still jump up ready to go. I feel more energetic, more outgoing, and it just kind of makes me wonder, what kind of person would I be if I had grown up in a different environment? I wouldn't be as lazy. I wouldn't be as introverted. Hell, I might not even be an introvert. I might be an extrovert who just learned to be incredibly guarded, because those people that were supposed to care about me so much were treating me the worst. And now I just don't trust anyone. And it's amazing just how many things in my daily life, even as an adult, can connect back to my childhood. Because that's one thing I did. I looked at my situation at work and how it almost feels like, people just make up their own rules whenever the fuck they feel like it. The rule changes based on who's in charge, and then that person won't even stick to their own rules. And I realized it's exactly what my grandmother was like. And that's why it pisses me off so much. Because she just made up whatever rules she needed to make up in order to have a legitimate excuse to beat the shit out of me. No matter what I did right, that she would just keep pushing and pushing until I did do something wrong, and then I'd get punished. And a lot of that anger is now being transferred to my coworkers. That's why I'm so defiant anytime a rule changes. Because I'm like, hey, the rules that I was first told when I started this job, those are still the rules. And those are the rules that I want to obey. And anything that differs from those rules in any way, anything that variates on even the slightest scale, I consider it breaking the rules. And there are times when I'll do it, but even then, even when I'm like complying, the anger is still there. I still want to punch you in the face. I just choose not to. Spend half my life finding any reason to want to kill everyone, whether they deserve it or not. And I think the hardest part about my life right now is realizing that the cat's in the cradle. I don't know, it's hard to believe in anything right now. And it's hard to smile. These past 3 days, it's been really hard to smile. Not like you care anyways. I'm talking into a void. People haven't been watching my videos lately. Well, shit then. I guess. Fuck, what's the moral of this story? The moral of this story is there's a reason I don't believe in God. And that reason is because life sucks. And it always just pisses me the fuck off anytime someone says any bullshit about God's plan. Really? Because God's plan involves a ton of people suffering. And who knows? Maybe there is a God and maybe it is part of his purpose that I suffer so that, I'm able to be the guy who makes the world a more fun place, an easier place to live in for other people through my entertainment and the message that I spread. I'd like to believe that, but the fact of the matter is, at this point in my life, I feel like even if that is true, go fucking burn in hell, you piece of shit. I don't want to suffer. I want to be happy, and it feels like it's impossible to do that. It feels like no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, it's always gonna end up wrong. So yeah, honestly, at this point in my life, if I ever met God, I'd tell him to go suck a damn dick. Unless he likes it, in which case I'd say go eat shit, motherfucker. Unless he likes that too, in which case I don't know. What does God hate? I mean, he's gotta hate something. I mean, fuck it. Honestly, if I was to die today for any reason at all, if someone broke into my house while I was asleep and shot me, and God says, hey, congratulations, you get to go to heaven, I'd be like, suck it, bitch! And I'd just jump down. Like, yo, Satan, I'm here to help. What you need, baby? What you need? Let's break down those fucking pearly gates and kill some motherfuckers. Or maybe I already am in hell. Maybe this is my personal hell. It's a feeling that I've never been able to shake, that maybe in high school I did manage to kill myself. And this is my eternal punishment. Being forced to just keep living my life. Because I can't really think of too much worse than this. Having a lot of ambition, having a lot of dreams, and feeling like all of it is just constantly out of reach. Well, shit then. At least there's still candy. I can just eat my feelings